Conversational. Now, this is where a lot of people kind of get a little sideways. Like, what does conversational even mean? So I like to spend a little bit of time here. And that is to say, um, ask a question. It's that simple. Like if you're sending a text message from a regular phone number, not a short code, but a regular phone number, and you can take a call from that phone number, which Riley, you can, and I can call you from that phone number, which means that if we're having a conversation, it actually shows up like, oh, this person, and I just texted, this must be the founder's phone number because he can text and call me from it. That's like, who would have thought, right? So the conversation, you're moving it to a conversation. This doesn't work with all donors, right? You don't want to have a conversation with every donor who's ever given you $25. But if you're peeling your list apart and you're looking for the folks that are more major donors, or folks that potentially could become major donors, because even in my case, I can typically tell, both with the wealth screening tools that we have access to, of course, but I can typically tell some of the patterns of when someone potentially could be a donor. And I know that a more major donor because I'll send out a request. Like the other day, I sent out a text message and I got $20,000 like that. And then I looked at the spread, and it was four of them were from 4,000 was from one individual, like pretty immediate. And I'm like, okay, here's somebody that can get message. So stimulus to response was pretty fast, and the dollar amount was over a threshold. So I just picked up the phone and called them. I'm like, hey, I want to thank you for that donation. I'd like to talk about some other ways that you might get involved. What types of organizations do you personally, how involved do you get, basically? And he's like, oh yeah, I get pretty involved, and I'm so and so and such and such. And so would you be open to a cup of coffee with me at some point? I'll come down to your office, and if I know you're a busy guy, so if you want me to bring the Starbucks to your office, I'll do that. But I just want to meet you. And just to be clear, I'm not coming for more money. I'm coming for understanding, because I have learned if you ask for advice, you get money. So I just want advice and understanding and clarity and conversation, so I can see, okay, who is this person? Where do they come from? How do they find us? All from a conversation, because I was watching what donations were coming in and pretty responsive to that, right? So again, the goal here is it's not always money. It's sometimes just moving people to a deeper conversation. I know I had a sales coach many years ago, and I'm a sales coach. You see on one of my information slides. I coach sales teams, but I learn from my coach, and I coach my clients. It's not, every conversation is not about the next dollar. The conversation is about the next step. So if you can get micro commitments and next steps, and can build that relationship over time, then comes the opportunity to take out your checkbook, because people transfer money. They don't give to you, they give through you as a nonprofit, right? They're donating through us. We give them agency and opportunity to donate, but they're donating through us, but they're donating as much as they're part of the story, and they see themselves in the story, and they understand their impact. People want to believe in it. They want to belong to it, and they want to have some benefit from it, right? That's what it comes down to. Like, what's in it for me? Is it a tax write-off? Is it I get some bragging rights? Is it I get to feel good about my donations? I get to kind of